So hey, this is Sarah.
And this is Alexandra
From the
New Crew.
Yeah, so today's video is tips about getting healthy and getting your mind right.
I just want to say a disclaimer. We're not professionals. We're not professional. We're just saying what works for us.
Yeah.
And,
And talking about our experience, and we're not also saying that we're at a place where everything's perfect.
Exactly.
And
we've had a lot of setbacks. Like me, for example. Sometimes it's very hard to stay on track. And I've had, but the route to success is not like a straight line.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll have to do, sometimes you'll go back to go further. Just like an elastic. You have to pull it back for it to go further. So in life, this applies to life.
Yeah.
If you go back,
So let's start. So the first tip is to understand the power that you have. So what do we mean? We mean that you have much more power on your life than you realize sometimes, and that things that you think can change can change. So for example, weight. Like I know before I used to think that I couldn't change my weight and that I would always be the same weight, but one day my mom just told me, well, no, you can lose some weight, and that was kind of revolutionary because sometimes you're just stuck in the way you see yourself and you can't really think out of the box. But then I realized that, and it changed my life. So it doesn't have to be big changes. It can just be little steps, like drinking more water, just moving more, just making little changes. And once you start seeing results, well, that'll just motivate you to do more. So yeah. So second tip, get informed.
By getting informed, what we mean is, you could do your research, go on Google.
Internet is a wonderful invention.
For me, the main thing was watching YouTube videos.
Exactly.
Because there are a lot of people talking about these things and their life experiences, and it's really an eye-opener for some of us.
And, it doesn't have to be like when we meet a lot of people who talk about health and those kinds of stuff, it doesn't have to be like fitness coaches or whoever, just people that are inspiring and that just inspire you to make changes.
Normal
basically.
People like you and I.
Yeah. So, YouTube is a great space to just start and get more informed. And I know there's a lot of information, but it's just a good starting point. Like if you don't really want to read articles and all that stuff, well, it's a great place to start and then move on to do your own research and get really more and more informed.
And as you say, some people don't like to read articles, such as me, but sometimes just listening to someone talking while you're doing other stuff, like I draw. So sometimes I draw and just put these videos and listen and just let my mind
absorb
this information, and it stays.
Yeah, it's really helpful. So yeah, get informed, girl.
Yes!
So tip number 3 is hold yourself accountable. So whatever you're doing, whether it's a project or just getting more fit or something, just think about the outcome. Think about how you feel when you're done with it, what point it'll get you when you're done with it, the progress that you will have made, and it'll just really help you, because sometimes we just need that little extra push, that little thing that'll help us do it, because sometimes just on our own like that, we don't really want to do it. Even when there are things that we love, sometimes we just don't feel like doing it. And also another thing that helps, for me, when I think about working out or something, when I really don't feel like doing it, it's just dedicating that workout to someone. So for any like K-pop lovers out there, you know, you can just dedicate a workout or something to an idol. I love to do that. And it really helps because you're like, this person works really hard and they would be proud of me if I do it. So then I do it and I'm like, yeah, I did it. And even if I did it for someone else, in the end it's really going to help me. And you're not always going to have to rely on that, but it's just helpful.
And what also really works for me to have like this motivation is to plan.
Yeah.
Plan your stuff.
Plan your
There's
stuff.
like, I used to have this quote in my room that says, fail to plan, plan to fail. And that's really useful for me because sometimes when you're like, oh, I have to do this, and your stuff are not like all ready to go. Like for example, working out. Sometimes I'm like, oh, when I wake up and if like, I don't know, my breakfast is not ready or like I don't have my fitness clothing ready, I'm like, oh, but like, oh, I'm gonna have to cook. Oh no, I don't want to do it. Okay, I'll just like put it off like till tomorrow.
Yeah.
But when my stuff, all my breakfast, I do a lot of like overnight oats, and when it's all ready in the morning, I know already what to eat. It's already there. I eat. I wait a few hours, minutes before, and then my clothing already folded. I wear them and go.
Yeah. So do whatever you have to do to really like make all the elements optimal for you to actually do it. And I know that for my workouts, I have a calendar where I write every workout that I do so that I can like see my progress and see what's lacking in my program and all that stuff. And like she said, like preparing your food or something. Sometimes I work out first thing in the morning, so I don't really have to do a breakfast first, but just having my workout clothes close to me.
The shoes also.
The shoes are always in my room because you just have to, when you wake up and you face that, you're like, okay.
I used to do that, going work like for a jog without eating, because the problem with me is that when I eat too much before working out, I feel dizzy. I feel nauseous.
Yeah, you have to wait, or you have to take a snack. Sometimes you can just have a snack first and then eat breakfast, or like you said, like just wait a little longer.
Wait a little, like to have the time to digest a little, like an hour, and then you go.
Yeah, so basically, plan. Just, don't start planning lots of stuff because you'll just get discouraged and not do it.
Stressed.
And stressed about it. But just like add a little more at a time. Just do little things that'll help you, just move around. I know that before I really started like having organized workouts or something, I just like moved around, danced in my room. I just turned off the lights and just moved around and danced, and that's really good for the body. So just do what's fun for you. And finally, just to understand the connection between your body and your mind. So what we mean by that is that, if you're stuck in a place where, you're not doing good or you're not feeling well in your mind and you have a really negative image of yourself, well, just moving your body can have a huge impact on that. Like, when you take some time for your body and just work on it, it does wonders for the mental. You just feel better all over. You feel better in your body, feel better in your mind.
And this also applies to food.
Yes.
You really need to analyze, like every time you have a meal, analyze how you feel afterwards. Does it make you feel energized, or does it make you feel like crap?
Yeah.
That's really like, it's an eye-opener. Like,
good point.
So
it is, because if you eat, I don't know, like a burger and some fries, and then you feel like not doing anything after because all your energy is drained, well, of course, feeling lethargic is not going to make you feel better about yourself, as if you're eating something else that's a little better for your body. Well, then you'll have more energy and you'll do more things and be more productive. And you'll just feel better and you'll be able to progress more. So just understand that connection and, you know, just moving more, taking walks, just, you know,
and drinking a lot of water.
Drinking a lot of water.
That's important.
That's
Stay hydrated.
really important. Yeah.
We have our big ass bottles all the time with us. It's important, guys.
Bring it everywhere.
If it's empty, fill it up.
Yes, you need to drink. Like she said, it is hard. Okay, so we have setbacks, and some days you're just like over it, and you're like, I just want to eat that and that, and I just don't want to deal with planning and being healthy or whatever. But, you know, us humans work with habits. So the thing is, the hardest part is to break a habit to replace it with another one. So, of course, it's not going to be easy, especially at first, because you're trying to implement something new that wasn't in your life, and your mind is like, what is this? This is new. I don't like that. I was comfortable in the place I was before, even if that place before was a really bad place. Well, sometimes we're comforted in our misery, so we have to push ourselves to a better place, and even that can be hard. Even when we're seeing changes and we're seeing results, sometimes you're like, oh, but is it really worth it? And you start going back to that mindset that sets you back.
And also, one thing I'd like to add is to surround yourself with good people. Good people. Because the thing is, if you want to break a habit, whether that's like eating junk food, or like, for example, some people that have drug abuse, stuff like that, or if you want to stop smoking, stuff like that.
Drinking alcohol.
Surround yourself with good people that's not gonna try to like tempt you into like going back to your old habits. Yeah, because that's a real problem. I used to deal with that. No, but seriously, it's important. It's really important. And
we now we run like individually. We go out for runs on our own, but we started running together, and that really helped. First of all, get us more healthy, and just doing it together was much more fun too. And we still do it together sometimes, because just, you know, doing things with friends, whatever it is just going to make it a lot more enjoyable and will help you stay on track. But at the same time, you have to do it for yourself first. Don't be waiting after people to start making changes, because you already have to deal with your excuses. And now when you add another person excuses,
you know, that one friend that's like, oh, let's go to the gym, and then you're like, you have this habit of always going with them, but then they stop going, so you're like, oh, she's not going, so I'm not gonna go. That's not good. Do not be a follower. You follow the crowd, you die. Seriously, you follow the crowd, you will not accomplish anything. I swear to you.
No, you have to do, and sometimes you have to be a little selfish, and you have to accept that you're not going to be like everyone else, but you have to make the choices for yourself first, and not be worried so much about what everyone is going to think about you, because then they start to see you doing better for yourself, and they know it's good. They know, but they try to be like, oh no, girl, but what you're doing is weird.
You're becoming too different from me. Let me just like pull you back into reality. Let's go back in your old habits. You know, you used to like that. You know, that fry. You know, eat that fry.
You like it. Because those people just need to have someone with them and to make them feel like it's okay for them to keep acting the way they've always acted, and that if you're changing, well, you're kind of abandoning them, so they're not ready to accept that.
And that's a problem, but at the same time, it's good, because you can identify who is not meant to be, who doesn't want good for you in your life. And I know sometimes these people they don't see it as bad, what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like,
it's dangerous, because it's like, if I'm trying to do something better for myself and you're like trying to make me abandon that makes me really question our friendship, you know? And
in friendships, like the person should try to, like, first of all, they should be happy for you, and they should try to they should be inspired. Like, we should mutually inspire each other instead of like competing and trying to be better than someone else, because that's not good, girl. That's not a good mood.
That is terrible.
That is terrible. Yeah. So basically, yeah, like she said, we're not professionals. We don't have any like fitness, nutrition background, but we've learned
over the years what
and,
works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, and everyone's different, and you have to like figure out what's best for you.
Because maybe, yeah, we're saying all these things. Maybe like you're gonna try to apply this to your life, and you're gonna be like, no, that's not how it is. But the goal here is to find out what works for you.
Yeah, and it was just like to help you guys like realize that you don't have to be stuck in like some place forever. Like things can get better, and you just have to take that control, take that power, even if you don't feel like you're going to achieve anything. But if you just try a little,
kick yourself in the butt.
Kick yourself in the butt. You'll realize.
That was a punch, but you know, kick.
Kick.
Sorry.
Kick, punch. Yeah, you'll realize that you can do so much more, and it's going to take time. It's not an like overnight like change. Like one day you're like super miserable, and the next day you're happy. No, you're going to still have bad days and good days, and you're just going to be a human. That's what it is. It's human life. We have bad moments and good moments, and you just need to take it all in. And by being like more at peace with yourself, it will help you go through rough times a lot more easier. Okay,
yes.
Let's say that. Let's say it like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's what wraps our video, and we hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and share it.
Yes.
And we will see you next time.
4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna